Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. You can see I got a little stash of pixie sticks. That's for later. Um, for the newer generation, pixie sticks are just basically a paper stick straw that's filled with a sugar powder, usually kind of tart, but they've always been pardon, one that I like to eat around Halloween, and I still have a stash of Halloween candy. So hold on 1 second here. I'm just getting some. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't want to cough in everybody's ears. Hold on 1 moment. I need to fix my YouTube. I'm not seeing myself. There we go. There we go. Oops. Turn down the volume so that I don't repeat myself. All right. So I have 2 ornaments left, and I think my mom is actually bringing in a couple more for me to paint, which is totally fine. But there are some other things that I will be doing over the Christmas break here. I will be doing mandalas. I have a mandala idea that I should work on. So you may see me go live at weird times of the night, just to work on some things. The items that I'm working on, like these ceramic ones, they are they are not for sale. I am just working on them to have them, and they're for my use and my mom's use. She wanted to use them for something to decorate. But this little guy is what I'm working on right now. And I also have this one. This is the last of my personal collection of ornaments. I still have reindeer that I need to work on. And I do want to get those done. I just want to get them done and out of the way. So I may be working on those on a live feed at some odd point. You might see me come on at good heavens, 11 o'clock at night, midnight, or something like that, or 1 o'clock in the morning, and I turn into a crafting vampire during the holiday break, and I just prefer to sleep during the day and then just get up and do everything I need to do during the night. So these 2 little guys, this is, I've shown this one before, this is a little pair of mittens with a little sleepy mouse in it. And on the back side is a little mouse eating a candy cane. So I painted the majority of the mittens already, and this was Americana bleach sand. It's a very nice, mild, kind of ivory, kind of dark ivory, because I do have a ivory color. But and I was thinking about doing this in red and green, or decorating it in various colors, and then I thought, no, if you had a pair of these mittens made, they wouldn't necessarily be Christmas designs on them, or Christmas colors. So I'm actually going to do a like, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do grays on this. I don't really want to do grays because the mouse will be gray. But I might do some other muted colors or strong colors, and just there is a pattern on it. I don't know if you can see the little zigzags. You can see the crisscrosses here. I'm trying to angle this. There we go. You can see the crisscrosses marked. There's a band of crisscross marks here, and there's 2 on the thumbs. So I will be I'll be playing around with those. I don't know what pattern I'll think of that, but I want to get that one done. This guy, I've done these before, and we normally would paint the lantern black, and the mouse is sitting inside the lantern, so you really wouldn't have the lantern on. I don't think in other ones we've actually done that, where we've made it look like he was sitting inside a hot lamp was on. So I'm going to do treat it a little differently. There's a little hay. That could also be a blanket. It could say that, or leaves, actually. You could say that that's like holly leaves if you wanted to, coming out of that. That's an idea. I mean, I don't necessarily, it has like ridges where it looks like it's, hay in areas, but I really could, say that that's the folds of a blanket all over the place if I wanted to. Or I could just leave it as hay or grass or something and go from there. But what I was going to do with the, instead of painting this black, I am going to paint it black, but I'm going to brush copper metallic over it to give it one of the antiquing look to it. So hopefully I can get this one done tonight here for you. This one I don't know if I will, because I'm going to look up some colors and patterns and stuff, but I will show you how I paint these. The ones I've been painting for the past couple of weeks, they were already painted at some point. They weren't sprayed, so there was no protective coating on them. It was just plain paint. So those ones I've repainted over. But these ones are the actual fired bisque of the ceramics. Like I said, I don't know the mold of the item. I just have had these in my possession for 25, 30 years at least. So But let's get painting this guy. I'll worry about this in a moment. Give me one moment. I gotta take a drink of my tea. And by the way, if you have any questions of what I'm working on, be sure to like and subscribe and hype. And if you are a subscriber, you can join in the live chat. If you have any questions, you can ask me them there. So give me a moment here. I gotta adjust my lighting. Bring in. Oh, darn it. I forgot to take that guy downstairs. I have to drink my drink or move it off to the side, because if I don't, I will accidentally try to put my paintbrushes in it, and that's not a good thing. So this guy's all done. I've let me zoom up here a little closer. You can see him. The ornaments on this were kind of a pain in the butt to try to paint, because there's no room to really get a paintbrush. It's a little complicated because you're dealing with a sphere and all the texture of the tree itself, so it's a little weird. So what I ended up doing on a majority of them was I just took my glitter stuff and painted them with glitter, because that's what Christmas bulbs are. I tried to keep glitter away from glitter. I didn't mean to do this one. Glitter, glitter, glitter. And it's kind of the same pattern. But the back side of him, I gave him to me, he looked like he should be wearing a Christmas sweater, so I gave him a Christmas sweater. And I also gave him little moccasins. And yes, I painted the soles of the shoes a different color than the moccasins themselves. So I took some of these to work and let people see them, and they were really very, very impressed with the details. So, but they're cute. I forgot all the ones that I have been working on. I've been they're downstairs in the garage. I gave them a coat of spray paint, and eventually I'm gonna have to go down and flip them over and do the back side of them. So, all right. So let me get myself situated. You know what? I actually meant to. Hold on. Let me look, see how bad my water is. Yeah, my water's bad. Hold on one moment. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Wanted to show you real quick here what I've been using to clean my brushes with. It's just a water basin that I have. I've had this basin for, again, um, 30, 35 years at least. As you can see, it's got a lot of history in it. Actually had more history in it, and this summer I decided to try to take the pressure washer and clean a lot of it off. So it is, I do it as my lighter colors go in here, my darker colors go here, and this is more for like if I need to just rest the tip, or if I need fresh water, that's where that one goes. But if I just need to keep a tip um, with a little bit of water in it so that it can keep the get any other particles or any paint out of it. This is kind of like a soaking well in a way. Um, as I kind of hate using this one because it bends the tip, and I don't like bent um, paint tips. So, but it has things here on the side that you can put a variety of things. This is so that if you drag your paintbrush up, I don't think you can find this one around. Also, sometimes I fill this little section up with fresh water too, just so that I have, if this gets a little muddy, because occasionally it does. I also been using this to clean like my glitter side, so then I don't have glitter here and here. That I keep these glitter free because I don't want to clean. And if you can see, there's ridges down here in the bottom, and they're very nice to be able to just drag the paintbrush back and forth and get it clean. And but this has been my go-to paint washer or brush washer for pretty much most of my adult life. So, but it's a really nice one. I mean, these wells here on the side that like if I do this and I dip the paintbrush in the water and I drag it up here to get um, excess paint off of it, the water will actually, there's a little fine hole down here underneath that the water will go back down. So, and I can take them out. I haven't taken them out in a long time, but that's what I use to work with as I'm cleaning my paintbrushes and stuff. So that's, if you hear me shaking and rattling something off to the side, that's what it is. All right, so let me get myself situated here. So I want to make sure you see what I'm doing. Because again, I don't want to pull things closer to my chest and then you not be able to see what I'm doing. Yep. Because if I do, I pull it out of the view of the screen. And even holding it right here, I'm give me one moment here. Let me move my rigging in a little closer. Too close. That'll work. All right. Let's try this. So this is Ceramcoat Pop Pink. I think this is a nice pink. It's kind of, I do have one that's called Eraser Pink, but I do think that this is a very much similar to that. Actually, I think. Oh, that's pretty pink. Anyways, it's a nice pink. All right, let's move this over here so I don't knock it out of the way. And again, I like to use the lids, shake the paint up and use the lids as my paint reservoir. I don't pour paint into something because I feel like you're wasting the paint. Having the paint like this doesn't hurt this thing that much. I'm going to pop that. There we go. I've had a lot of these paints for many years, and I've been doing this. Another way that I do it sometimes, like if I can't get the lid open, another little trick that I've done is I've popped the lid off and just done this, where I will squeeze just a little bit off the top. That way the lid is on it, and I can just put the paint on my brush from there and go from there. So that's another way. I'm not too worried about getting this precise with this pink, because I can go over it with the dark gray that I'm going to paint the mice with. And trim it up a little bit more. His little bitty nose. This silly little guy. Him, I'm gonna have to get his tongue too. As you can see, this guy's been kind of beat up. There are parts of him that are flat. There's no possibly when it was green where it was sat down on a thing and slid, because I'm seeing like those rub marks. But once it's painted, you really won't pay attention to any of that. Oh, now see, there we go. That's a good example. I don't need to correct that. I can just simply let the dark gray fix that up. I am really only giving this maybe one coat. It dries pretty quickly, so I don't really need to go in and give it a second coat, but there may be like some hot spots that I may feel like I need to just come in and give it a quick little fix. But you do have to watch out that ceramic will have like little pock marks that you just won't see as you're painting. I will think I have all of that solidly covered in paint, and then I'll get it underneath my magnifying glass and I'll see a little holes here and there that the paint didn't flow into, and I'll fix those. I think you should keep him with a little heart. That'd be funny. All right, let me try to get to his tongue. I really can't see where his tongue is at exactly, but that's just something that I can touch up later on. So, okay, so let's close that. And I do like to treat these like I do watercolors. I work from the lighter colors to the darker, unless I feel like I need to put the darker color as a base coat. The one nice thing with the power of Google is that I can look up the type of mitten online. And I'm actually going to switch paintbrushes here in a sec. Where's my thin tip? And instantly, get an idea for what color I should paint this. pattern I should use. Whereas before, I don't know if I'll. Yeah, it's there. Hope the weather in your part of the world is doing good. We had some nasty winds after a storm last Saturday. And almost. Oh, geez. Let me put that down like that. Would help if I put on my glasses. Nasty. Well, it wasn't really nasty. It was a good snowstorm. We got about 5 to 6 inches of snow. But the city of Pittsburgh did I just okay. Every so often I feel like I touch a spot that I just painted. Anyways, city of Pittsburgh decided that was a great time to find out that 30% of their snowplows were non-functioning. And we basically pretty much had to wait till Thursday to almost a whole 5 days to get rid of the snow and to be able to drive up my hill. Awesome. Not. Not really doing anything for Christmas. I didn't even put up a tree. I just had a lot of doctor's appointments, me being sick, and everything else. My mom's poor dog, she's doing a lot better. Okay. Forgot I also do this. Give them a little. I hope you like the videos just to watch somebody paint. Just hope that it, you know, makes you give an extra appreciation for artists that do this kind of stuff. Because I feel like we get taken advantage of. If I was a woodworker, you'd see the time and effort and everything that was taken into creating creating a piece of furniture or something custom. Oh, there, see, I see a spot I missed. You may not, but I do. Right there. And right there. When it comes to these things, when people go into try to sell these stuff like this and craft fairs, and they want a bunch of have a asking price for it. People just go nuts because they don't think it's worth that. They don't realize that it's actually is hand done, hand painted, there's a lot of detail. And the paints cost, the brushes cost, the water costs, if your own water bill. I just feel like at Christmas times artists get beat up a lot because they just don't get respected. And people look at it and go, "Oh, my grandmother did this," or "Oh, I know somebody did this." Okay, fine, but this wasn't made in China. This was made right here. People bulk at the price. Just makes it scared for people like me. I've only done one craft show, long time ago. actually. I did airbrushing at the time, and I was doing it at a mall show. People were. One person complained about that they could smell the airbrushing. Like, well, sorry. So I haven't done one since because people complained about something. I don't even think I sold anything. Actually, take it back. I did end up getting a commission out of it. I had somebody, I airbrushed a mailbox with cherubs across it. Hope that lady still has it. It's a cute mailbox. Good. I haven't done one since. And for me also, it's just like I don't know, I just get scared of like the taxes that in order to do those, just I think it's dumb. And create something and then you have to claim it on your taxes that you sold stuff. In Pennsylvania, if you make over $600 worth of sales, you're taxed. But it's not like you get that much. And even lately, some of the if you wanted to do it and get a booth at a arts fair, the cost of the booth is like not even worth it. It's but maybe this year I might do one. I don't know. By the way, the colors I'm working on now, this is an old, if you remember Frank's Nurseries, this is Hippo Gray. I think Delta still makes this one. The light gray that I used is Quaker Gray. Give me one quick moment and I will look to see if they still make these colors. Hippo Gray is still made, and Quaker Gray is still made. Cool. Well, there you go. point, see. Just a way. Sorry, I'm just gonna fix my rigging a little bit. Okay. Here we go. As you can see, like I said, I can cover over that pink mishap with this dark gray. Now, it looks to me like he's wearing a little, like he's wearing a shirt or something, because there's like indentations, like if he was wearing clothes, that it's bent at the elbow. And like even back here, it looks like there's a cuff before his hand. Let's think about that. You don't want to have too much water in your paintbrush um, when you're doing ceramics, because as soon as I touch my paintbrush down on this, if I had too much water, the water would just explode all over it and would ruin what you're painting. Uh, you want to just kind of make sure that your paintbrush is just moist and not excessive. Okay, switch to my other paintbrush. Sorry, I'm just seeing an issue here. I think I need an extra light here. See how I'm doing. That's a little better. A little. Oh, actually. Oh, no, silly me. I need that light. I need. Turn that off. My magnifying glass has lights, and I forgot that's what I need to actually turn on so that I can see what it is I'm looking at. Also make sure that I don't pull close to me. guess I gave him fingers there a little bit. That might disappear. Don't know. Painting lighter color like this on bisque is kind of hard to see where you've painted and where you need to paint. Oh, yeah, see? There, see, I missed a whole spot. Actually, no, I'm sorry, that's the sleeve. I missed a big gap right there. Okay. I think I see it looks like his cheek. Give me 1 second here. I gotta, oops. I mean, that dried pretty quickly. It's As you can see there, I got too much water still on my paintbrush. So it ends up almost just like really, really thinning out and running everywhere. And that's not what I want. Sorry. Again, if you have any questions, if you subscribe to my channel, you can join the live chat and post your questions there. And I will try to answer them. Just be courteous. Excuse me. No, I can't live like this. It's very choppy in here, so I have to go in and clean this up with a finer brush. I like smooth lines. I don't really care for choppy lines unless I'm trying to do a pattern or something. There we go. Smooth lines. Easier. It is very delicate work. All right. Let me see if I can get this. I don't like how this has got an angle right here. There's more water on my paintbrush, so I don't want. Let's see if I round this off the peak. That makes it look a little better. Get right there. Yeah, there we go. That rounds it off a lot better. Now it doesn't look as bad. Doesn't make him look like he's mad that his brother on the other side is making noise and keeping him awake. Bad looking a candy cane. All right. Oh, goosey. I can set that one aside. And hold on one moment here. Sorry, I'm looking at something here of different mitten pattern. Excuse me. There were two of them sharks. They made the mittens as sharks. Those are funny. Excuse me. I could do a dark blue pattern on them. That would be interesting. I do also have I should have. That one's cool. I could try something like that. That's two-tone. Or, sorry, tritone. What I'm looking at is apparently like what Google search calls them Norwegian style mitts, I guess. And I gotta hold on one moment. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Apologies. I try to mute myself so that you guys don't hear that. I was going to take some Alka-Seltzer Plus. I'm still not feeling 100% from the cold I had last week or 2 weeks ago. If I can get this open. What the heck? Oh, come on. Seriously? That's what I'm thinking of. So I have a lot of these grayish blues. I don't think I've ever really used them. You can see some of these are very super close in color, like these two. I even marked them as that. What is this? Williamsburg blue. Dark Night and Heritage Blue. To think about that a little bit more. Let's try this guy. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to do a bit of dry brushing for this. I'm going to paint a light or an off. Probably do a grayish blue here for the lantern. And like I said, I will paint this black, but I'm going to dry brush copper over it to give it that rubbed copper look that some of these have. That's oh, don't fall for. And these are grays. That's what I want. I need to come up with a different process for this. I mean, I like these. But I'm not getting the you need to I was looking at using Blue Echo. Silver Marlin. Oh, this is a fairly new one. Okay. I think. Hello, Julia. Thank you for joining. Yeah, this guy needs to be put in a shaker. Needs to be put in the shaker for a little bit. Oh. Oh, shaky. Gotcha. All right. I'm sure this needs to be. Oh, yeah, that needs to be shaken up good. Come in and say hello. Oh, I got both puppies. I got both puppies. Hi. No, you can't go that way. I blocked it off. Oops. I keep both of them. I did that. Spend about an hour and a half on just the Aussie. It's her coat. It's really thick. And she needed it. She needed a good grooming. I had to have it. Come on in. Lay down. Vacuum cleaning up and used to. Get her to get a lot of her undercoat back. When they do it, you say that they got so many puppies out of her. We ended up getting probably about 6 puppies out of her, and probably a puppy more after I washed her. But she needed it, and now she looks like she's at least 10 pounds lighter and a lot thinner. Her coat was pretty thick. She's got a real super thick undercoat, and it's a pain in the ass because it sheds so much. I'm going to get down here with this. I don't know why they thought that the like hurricane lamp glass would be that thick. But I'm sure they did it just to get the mouse into it. It's weird. poor dogs. I'm definitely going to try to keep this away from the straw that's here because this being a darker color, I need the lighter color of the straw painted in there before I apply this over it to get areas. So I'll have to come back to something here. Oops. Now you might also look at these and think, oh, she paints smooth. There's when I paint, I get lumps. Yeah, part of that is to keep your paint shaken good, but other part of it is if I get a lump in my painting, like right there, I got one, I can actually just take my fingernail and scratch it off, paint right over it, smooth it out, no problem. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to put on my glasses again. I got it. Now this was not cleaned very well with the bisque. There's a flashing edge right there that I missed. I didn't do these. I didn't clean these up. I bought these. Somebody else that didn't. So, but even with it being bisque, fired already. Yesterday I had to scrape the insides up in here. I just took an X-Acto blade and scraped the edges off. Worked just as good. Now you might be thinking, oh, okay, this is really, really dark for a lantern. That's the trick of it. I need a dark base in order to get the rest to work. This will be completely different. Okay, that goes here. Um, I am going to keep the inside of the lantern this color. I'm not going to, definitely not going to be able to dry brush the inside of here. And yes, I'm getting paint on the mouse, but the dark gray definitely cover this very easily. So I can be kind of sloppy in here. So it's a little hard to see right here. There is a like a band around the bottom. It's more visible kind of on the back side. So we just need to, and it'll be painted black anyway, so I can go over it. Again, I can be sloppy on certain things. Just make sure. Covering covering the surface of the ornament. I'm not having to worry about. Gaps and things that I missed. Just checking to make sure there isn't any other holes that I'm missing. Okay. Okay. Sniffle, sniffle. I try not to. I'm still not fully over whatever it is. Okay. Give me. This is what we need. Again, this is a really thick horsehair brush. Is very rough, very, very coarse hair, but it is perfect for dry brushing. Actually, I'm going to do the other trick with this where I'm going to pop the whole lid right off. Oh, geez. Let me get rid of this. Okay. All right. Move him over here. Give me 1 second to clean up a little things here. I don't believe I'm going to put any glitter or anything on this. I think I'm just going to keep it kind of natural. Same with this. Glitter doesn't really go well with mittens, and maybe just a little on the candy cane that he's holding, or put a little like color shift or something on his sleeve of his arm. But we'll figure it out. We will figure it out as we go along. And I do have, you know what time it is. Yes, I have lemon heads, but I forgot that I had these. Pixie sticks! Look at that. So we're going to do pixie stick. You know, the grapes are really good. Oh, that's a good grape. Oh, that is a good grape. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit can get it to go that way. Here we go. And I'm just going to tweep. You don't want a lot on your brush. Want it to be like a residual. Yes, puppy, yes, I see you. I don't have a bone up here for you. I forgot to grab a bone. And I'm just going to brush. You can see that it calls out the crack really good. And do it at different angles. Excuse me. You really want to use an old crappy brush for this because you do a lot of damage to the brush. It's not the gap like that I just put on there. Don't want it to be. Hey! Do you mind? I know, I didn't get prepared to do a YouTube live and not have something for the dogs to chew on. Because heaven forbid. And what I can also do here is like where I've done that, I could scratch that off with my fingernail. Get I know. Hey! Stop bumping me. That's too much. So there, I'm getting it to look more like the frosted glass. That's what I was after. That's why I put the darker color underneath. And yes, I'm doing this section first because I want to make sure I didn't want to do all of the details and do the other colors. You know, I want to make sure that this was applied and it was going to get messy. So there. Yeah. Try and bring that up a little bit. So there's what it was. Here's what it is. Very nice and frosted. All right, now to the back side. You can't see my thing over here. I hardly even used what paint I even had on here. So let's do a crisscross here. I suppose I could take like an like for this section that I have a big swash on, I could take like an emery board or a very, very fine, like hyper fine sandpaper, like 2000 grit or something, a real high grit, and fix this to where I want it to be. But right now it is looking good. Like if I had a hot spot that I can't. Like I said, you have to be really, really abusive with a brush, and this brush can take a lot of abuse. All right, so I'm going to go the opposite direction here. Make sure I get up here in the corners. Pardon me. here, lay down. Talking to you. Okay. Looks very, very good. Put this lid back on that. Now I'm also going to take a tiny, tiny bit of white. And I really don't need to clean the brush. I mean, there is no paint in this brush. I'm sorry, I'm hitting my rigging. Come on, lay down. Lie down. Lie down. Yes, you pretty doggy. I know. You want to be on YouTube too. Yes, I know. Yeah. Oh. I think I have to be right back because Sal is sleeping and somebody's got to go to the bathroom. So hold on 1 second here before I do this. In case anybody's watching. Somebody's got to go to the potty. It's not me. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second to take care of you. Sorry. But at least you see that I write my signs and can handle do quick calligraphy. Okay. I will be back in 5 minutes. I gotta put the dogs out, so I'm going to mute myself.